Why are we doing this? Are we a media news show?
See, that's what we tell people we are.
Okay, so I ask again. Why this? And why for a whole episode?
I think it's because sports or not, this is the largest event in the media sphere since the new year.
It's literally still January.
Oh, up. This episode airs in February. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Real Deal. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Julie.
And I'm Apollo. This week we're talking about the American holiday meant for celebrating commercials, music, and buffalo chicken dip, with some sports in the background somewhere as well.
The Super Bowl is this Sunday when this airs, and we are so hyped to talk about it with you.
We are? I mean, yes, we are. But to stay somewhat on track, we are starting today's episode with movies still, and our predictions for the biggest trailers.
Then we have a segment talking about halftime.
After that, we have a segment discussing the social media presence of the NFL and how it's changed this year.
And also, Chris's mom has started her gardening area.
What? Isn't it still way too cold for that?
Yes, it is. And finally, we wrap today's episode with an abridged recap of the season, leading to the two teams left facing off on the big day.
Alrighty then. Let's jump right into this one. You know, for Super Bowl episodes, not every viewer likes sports. So this is why this is the perfect segment for our non-sports fans. Super Bowl week gives movie fans a gold mine of content.
That's right. The Super Bowl isn't just the biggest night in sports. It's also the biggest night in movie marketing. Studios are spending millions of dollars for 30 seconds of your attention.
And my favorite tradition every year is trying to predict which movies are getting a Super Bowl trailer. Because somebody always overpays, and somebody always steals the spotlight.
Let's start with the locks. I think The Mandalorian and the Grogu is basically guaranteed.
No, 100%. Disney needs this one. The hype is not where it should be, and this is their chance to remind everyone that Star Wars still exists. Because this movie has zero hype, so Disney needs to make a move.
Another lock has to be Spider-Man Brand New Day. The movie comes out in 6 months, and we still don't have an official trailer, even though it already leaked in December.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're just pretending the leak didn't happen.
I'm also calling the Michael Jackson biopic a lock. That's the type of movie they want in front of the biggest possible audience.
Oh, absolutely. I also think The Odyssey gets a spot since it's Christopher Nolan's new film, and it's based on one of the most popular stories of all time.
And I wouldn't be shocked if Supergirl didn't get another trailer. DC needs momentum, and this is one of their biggest chances to keep people invested in the universe.
All right. Let's move on to the highest probability, but not guaranteed category. I've got Mortal Kombat 2 on my list.
That makes sense. The first one did numbers. Plus, with Johnny Cage being in the film, finally this can be a big hit.
Yeah. I'm also throwing Toy Story 5 in there. Disney knows nostalgia prints money, and this is the perfect audience to target parents and kids at the same time.
All right, wild card time. These are the ones that could happen, but would surprise people.
Yeah. I'm starting Scream 7. Second trailer still isn't out, and the movie releases in just a couple weeks. A short Super Bowl spot would make a lot of sense.
I like that. I'm adding Minions 3 as a wild card. You know, Illumination loves broad audiences, and Super Bowl night is perfect for that.
Yeah. I've also got Dune 3 as a wild card. It'll be the perfect start to their marketing push.
And everyone's going to ask about Avengers Doomsday.
I thought about it, but they've already dropped 4 trailers recently. At this point, the Avengers Doomsday doesn't need the Super Bowl boost. They've already got the attention.
Which means there's still room for one more mystery trailer.
There's always one nobody predicts. I wonder what's going to be this year.
Well, we'll find out soon this weekend. Have a fun Super Bowl weekend, Real Dealers.
No-go trailer predictions?
Okay, well, if we got hung up on every single movie coming out this year, we're just going to redo the segment from last week.
Oh, right. I think we're going to get a new trailer for the Wolverine video game then.
That's actually a really good guess, Julie. I didn't know you knew ball like that.
I don't know ball.
Let's just move on to something that everybody knows, the halftime show.
Hear me out. Pink Season 2 gets a trailer in the Super Bowl. Joji wants to rage bait the entire nation.
I'm not engaging with that. Next segment, please.
Listen, as much as I'm a fan of grown men throwing around a ball and getting paid more than doctors, we need to talk about the real reason we all watch the Super Bowl, the halftime show. presented by Apple Music, of course. The halftime show this year is being performed by Bad Bunny, a musician from Puerto Rico whose music is largely in Spanish. Regardless of if you have a Google Translate pulled up during the show or not, you'll still be able to understand the emotions that he is conveying, because that's what music is all about. I mean, did you need subtitles when Lady Gaga flew across the stadium with fireworks shooting out of her bra? It's pretty clear what emotion that portrays. Patriotism. You know what? Let's play a little game. I'm going to have the editors put a screenshot up of a popular halftime show on the screen, and you're going to guess what emotion it is. Ready? Let's start. See? This one clearly shows off mediocrity. And this one clearly portrays winning a rap beef. Obvious epicness. Next question. Oh, this one. Anyways, Bad Bunny is performing in just a few days. But how do we think this one will go? I think it'll be great. I love Bad Bunny, and I'm excited to see the choreography. I'm leaning more towards a Gaga-esque type performance and less of a Dr. Dre and crew on a platform. But what do you think? Put it in the comments below.
Man, I can't wait to hear Green Day at the halftime show.
Green Day is just opening. They aren't doing the halftime show.
Dang it! This is by far the worst thing to happen so far in 2026.
I don't even think that's remotely true.
You're right. I retract my statement, and I would like to apologize to our fans who are stuck in the year of our Lord and Savior, Michael Vick. The Big 26 isn't shaping up to be a good year.
What did Michael Vick do for the sport of football?
Oh, just the most broken player in Madden 2004. He's kind of a big deal.
Let's just move on to our next segment, the social media side of things.
This year was definitely a huge year for the NFL on social media. The fans used to be very guarded with who they let into their hobby due to the backlash to Taylor Swift being attached to the Chiefs through Travis Kelce. But this year was different. This year, the Chiefs, they suck butt. And the hate against Taylor died down. As a side effect, the barrier to entry for the NFL fandom has also been lowered. And some people have been able to take advantage of this fact. Drew Allen came out swinging in Week 4 of a viral TikTok about breaking down each play of the Green Bay/Cleveland Browns game, creating a meme that's represented both those who root for and against the Browns with the catchphrase, "We're the Cleveland Browns." His series continued to draw in new people as they see simplified and easy-to-consume summaries of games that also explain some of the intense emotions of each fan base going into the games. Through the season, Mr. Allen has gained hundreds of thousands of followers and has now launched merch based around his new iconic catchphrase. Drew isn't the only one, though, as engaged around all teams' fan bases. This year has inspired many creators to make videos joking about how a game went down or how players are perceived. Biggie Bailey is a good example where his videos consist of making fun of teams like the New York Giants, a team that has had a year of highlights and lows, making for fun commentary. Specifically, the characterization of Cam Scadaboo, as his antics on and off the field have given the man a reputation of a rabid chihuahua, and Bailey focuses on that in his videos, representing him as a twitchy maniac, literally duct taped to his chair in order to let his leg heal correctly. Cam is aware and accepting of his reputation through and has thrived as our last example. During the recovery process, Scadaboo started streaming on Twitch TV, gaining a large following for his insights into the sport, but also because of his wild and lovable personality. So what else is there to say? But maybe it was luck, maybe it was just good ball, but the NFL has finally started making it big in the wider social media sphere, and it's here to stay.
I love those Cleveland Browns videos.
You know what I love? Videos of Charles Barkley and Shaq saying stupid things.
That's the MLB, Julie.
The MLB?
Yeah, the Men's League of Basketball. Duh.
Apollo, please. I am trying so hard right now. I have no clue what we're talking about. I thought mentioning sports ball would be close enough.
Oh, my bad.
It's fine. I just have no idea what's going on in football.
Should we watch some of those TikToks?
Thank you, but I only use YouTube Shorts. If only I had like a 2-minute recap of the season, that could totally bring me up to speed.
Listen, I'm sure there's got to be something on YouTube that could help you.
Yeah, or we could do something more immediate.
I could pull it up in like 2 seconds. It's not like a big deal or anything, you know?
Paul, look at the prompter. I'm trying to set something up right now.
What do you? Next up is this. Oh, okay. Next up, we have a segment briefly summarizing the whole NFL season, so you can be ready for the big day.
Hey, Real Dealers. For this week's Super Bowl episode, we wanted to give a recap on one of the most exciting NFL seasons in a very long time.
I know it. It's been completely unpredictable between wild comebacks, shocking injuries, and teams that come out of nowhere. This season kept fans on the edge of their seats.
And best of all, the Chiefs didn't even make the playoffs.
That alone tells you how crazy this year's been. Honestly, chaos was the theme of the season, and it started right at the quarterback position. Let's talk injuries because, wow.
Many QBs were sacrificed to the football gods. Joe Burrow went down early. Jaden Daniels was literally injured all year. Lamar got hurt. Michael slammed his Phoenix in the car door by tearing his Achilles. The great Patrick Mahomes tore his Achilles. And the very next week, backup Gardner Minshew tore his ACL. Daniel Jones tore his Achilles. Anthony Richardson literally destroyed his eye in warm-ups and was out for the year. It sucks being a Colts fan. And even Geno Smith was injured. Oh, my bad. Geno wasn't injured. He just caught a case of playing like garbage.
And last, but definitely the most devastating, Bo Nix breaking his ankle on the second to last play of the divisional round against the Bills. Sorry, Sarah.
But speaking of the Colts, let's take a moment to acknowledge one of the biggest collapses of the season. The Colts started hot, 7-1. The fans were believing. I was believing again, and everything fell apart. They were 7-1 and finished the season with a losing record. Can you believe that? How was that even possible?
I'll tell you how that's possible. As injuries were stacking up on the defensive side of the ball, and most importantly at quarterback, close games turned into heartbreaking losses, and the defense became a joke when it mattered most.
The Buccaneers are so lucky the Colts' collapse was so historic that everyone forgot about their horrible collapse as a result. All right, let's move on to something a little less depressing for Colts fans. This season gave us some shocking breakout teams.
Right teams came out of nowhere, like the Patriots, Broncos, Jaguars, and most importantly, because Chris is totally not forcing me to say this, Chicago Bears.
The Bears had a wild season, a team nobody expected to be competitive or even good, suddenly making noise, pulling off upset wins, and delivering some insane comeback victories that gave their fans weekly heart attacks.
They even earned a new nickname this year, the Cardiac Bears, because no lead was ever safe and no game was ever normal.
And while some teams were rising, others were absolutely falling apart. Let's talk about the Giants.
Oh, the Giants. What a disaster. A season that started with hope turned into a masterclass in choking games away. Do I dare mention giving up a 33 straight point in the fourth quarter to the Broncos?
Late game turnover, blown leads, and missed opportunities, and for whatever reason, starting Russell Wilson in the Big 25. It felt like every week they found a new way to lose in the most painful fashion possible. Sorry, Jackson Dart and Cam Scattaboo, you guys deserve way better than this.
At some point, Giants fans weren't even mad anymore. They were just numb.
And we haven't even mentioned one of the weirdest storylines of the year, the Unk Bowl.
That's right. Starring that always elite Joe Flacco and Darkness Retreat enthusiast Aaron Rodgers, a matchup nobody asked for, but something everyone wanted to watch. Only sickos like ourselves love this masterpiece of a game.
And somehow that wasn't even the strangest quarterback story this year.
Because yes, Grandpa Philip Rivers returned. Nobody saw that coming.
The veteran stepping back onto the field brought a wave of nostalgia and strikingly solid performances that gave Colts fans like myself hope.
And all of this madness carried straight into the playoffs.
The postseason was pure chaos, overtime failures, miracle catches, blown fourth quarter leads. It felt like every playoff game was trying to outdo the last one. Even the reigning Super Bowl champions, Eagles, couldn't hang on this season. The one's dominant offense slowly morphed into, a pumpkin. Drive stalled, 3 and outs became the norm, and suddenly this powerhouse team looked human. And to make it even worse, their season came crashing down with a loss to the banged-up, injury-riddled San Francisco 49ers squad, a team many people didn't even expect to survive the playoff round. A shocking ending for the champs, and a reminder that in the NFL, no crown is ever safe. Sorry, Amelia, for that.
Thank you. And that Eagles collapse wasn't even an isolated moment. It was part of a historical postseason trend. The 2025 playoffs set a record for the most fourth quarter lead changes of all time. We saw double-digit comebacks, last-second field goals, and finishes so wild they broke both hearts and keyboards across the internet.
After weeks of nonstop insanity, we finally reached the end of the road.
So after all that chaos, drama, heartbreak, and highlight reels, the big question remains.
Who's playing in the Super Bowl this year? With all these shakeups, it has to be two fresh new teams, right?
Right?
Well, nope. This year's Super Bowl matchup is the New England Patriots, led by Drake May, and the Seattle Seahawks, led by Sam Darnold?
You've got to be kidding me. Why are the Patriots back in the Super Bowl already?
This reality sucks. The Patriots powered through the playoffs with a great defense and the other team's QBs falling apart, while the Seahawks dominated with explosive offense and one of the toughest defenses in the league.
After a season full of chaos, it all comes down to probably the least interesting Super Bowl matchup for everyone except people who live in Boston.
But hey, anything can happen.
Buckle up, football fans, because if this Super Bowl is anything like the season we've just witnessed,
It's going to be legendary.
and hopefully we get another Super Bowl 48 situation with the Seahawks destroying the Patriots.
I think I'm finally ready to watch the Seagulls take on the Minutemen.
How did you forget their names already? They were the last thing said in the last segment. But I'm also ready for the Super Bowl. I'm already wrapping my pigs in blankets.
And I'm dipping my chicken in buffalo. Now, this Sunday, instead of sitting in front of my computer staring at the Canvas assignment list countdown to midnight on the 20 things I didn't do, I will be watching the Canvas assignment list countdown to midnight with buffalo chicken dip.
You're not gonna watch the game, even after all that?
I mean, are you?
Maybe if I get invited to a Super Bowl party. But if I'm gonna be on my own, the answer's no. I still don't like football.
Me either! We should end the episode by thanking Chris for making us sit through all of that for his own whims.
I'm not gonna do that. I will thank you, the viewer. Wait! We have one more thing to mention. Ahem. Thank you to every pro sports leading player in the state of Indiana for sacrificing their legs for the glory of college football. Fernando Mendoza did not take your sacrifices in vain, as he led the honestly disgusting IU Hoosiers to a 16-0 undefeated season. The first one in the sport since 1893.
That's crazy. Now, if you enjoyed The Real Deal, please consider subscribing or following us on our other socials. I'm Julie Heinrich, and this is my co-host, Apollo Collins.
Bye-bye, everybody.